Hello and welcome back to a world of ice and fire, and you can see here that our leader has not decided to provide us with the keep that we captured in the previous episode, and I have to admit I am actually quite disappointed by this, mostly because obviously if you recall, we took a long time, we took a long time, we expended a lot of effort and a lot of resources in attempting to capture this, and, well, the compensation that she was willing to give us is only 900 stags, which I have to admit is kind of insulting, to be honest. I think that is pretty insulting, and personally for me, I think this is just, this is one of those things that I personally feel like should be changed in some way or another, because it's too little for any kind of real benefit. Like, for example, let's just say that we accepted the decision here. What are we actually going to be gaining if we accept the decision? Well, obviously, we're going to be gaining the ability to stay in a faction that is relatively strong, and we're going to have a lot of allies, right? But that's it. That's all we're going to have. But if we decide to renounce our oath, what are we going to get? Well, we're going to get a lot of enemies instead. We're going to get a lot of enemies. We're going to get the veil coming down on us really, really fast. I'm actually going to renounce my oath right here. And we are going to be ruling our lands in our own name. And we're going to lose some reputation here, which is actually not even that bad. But we are indeed becoming at war against the veil, like I said, would happen. So we are now going to probably appoint someone. We're going to appoint Bronson, I guess. Yeah, I mean, we could always change him at a later point, because I kind of want to have the most ability to do that. Okay, so we can actually literally call ourselves House Mormont if we want, which might actually be kind of cool. What do you think? Okay, you know what? We're gonna do that, even though technically that's not accurate. Okay, technically that's not accurate, but why not? Let's do it. Okay, I want to change the domestic. Okay. So here we go. So what we're gonna do is we're going to have quite centralized, because I don't really want a huge amount of tax in it. Actually, you know what? Let's do a little. Improve the relation. It will decrease trade a little. Usually serfs, reduces tax inefficiency of the king. Troops lose, yeah, usually serfs. And we're going to be going for great quality troops. Actually, let's just do good quality. It looks as though we're just going with this. That is so hilarious. And we could go for like this. There we go. Alright, so House Mormont has declared war against the Veil. And indeed, we are here, and we can now manage the castle. And now let's see here. The blacksmith is going to be the most important thing that we get, as far as I'm aware, because I think it's going to be the most important. Let me actually just have a look-see here. No, this is the most important. Okay, yeah, so the armory is very, very useful, because as you can see here, weekly cost of 100 stacks is required to maintain the equipment in combat shape, but it also provides us with weapons and ammunition, allowing siege defenders to have their ammunition regularly restocked during combat. So we're going to be doing that immediately. That's going to take a long time, unfortunately. And indeed, we have, well, no people in the garrison here. Yes, no people in the garrison here. So this is very unfortunate. Let me speak to my person here and see if that actually helps us out. Oh, we have the Master of Coin here as well. That's nice. Okay, so what we're going to do is we could potentially try to make peace with the Veil straight away, if we wanted to. We could do that. I want to make myself Lord of Snowcrest. That's it. Yeah, that's all we have. Okay, so okay, the training of men. I need some men in the garrison to be trained. Well, I actually kind of need men in the garrison, first of all, so we should probably hire a new staff member. Let's get that guy. The Master of Laws is now here. Thank you. Okay, that's all for now. Let's talk to this fellow. I will change the tax rate of Snowcrest. Let's put it on low or something like that. I'd like to change the tax rate of this particular place, but for some reason we're not able to do that. Okay, so I have 98,000. Not sure if that's really going to be enough, but we're going to be taking out a little bit of cash here. And then we're just going to re-enter real fast, just so that I can potentially speak to the Master of Laws guy, because I want to see what he actually provides us. Okay. Ah, here we go, here we go. Let's talk about patrols. Here we go. Yes, this is perfect. I want to enlist a patrol. I'm going to get a big one. A big one for 18,000. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. And we're going to be sending it to High Point. There we go. Perfect. Let's talk about recruits. I want to recruit more people. I'll send someone to visit the villages. Okay, we're going to go to the north. We'll just go for 30 or something like that. I don't really want to go for 50. It's going to take way too long, and they're going to get really slow, and then they're probably going to get attacked or something like that. They probably will get attacked anyway, but yeah, we're going to try it, and we'll see what happens. Maybe we'll get a little bit lucky here. Okay, so there's the recruiter. Where is the patrol? That's the question. I am not seeing the patrol of the there it is. There we go. We have 93 people there. That's perfect. Now I need you to reinforce the garrison. Let's go and go ahead and do that. That's going to be extremely useful for us. And let's wait here for some time. There we go. All right. So now we have 93 people in there instantaneously, which is really nice. And indeed, I do have some Vale people, but of course the oh dear. The most annoying thing about being at war with them now is that they are going to cause morale problems. Now, we have a pretty amazing offer here from the Free Folk. They're actually willing to pay us 47,000 stags if we're willing to sell them Torment, and I'm going to say yes to that. Why not? How can I say no? Anyway, it's going to take us quite some time for things to happen. However, and this is what's really cool now, we're not... Wait a minute. We're not actually at war against the Free Folk. That is hilarious. Okay, that is very funny. I'm not entirely... Alright, that basically means that technically what I can do... I could just choose what to do now. We could basically go wherever we want. We could go to Sisterton. We could try to take that. Problem is, I don't know where my ship is. I think it's at White Harbor, but I'm going to need to purchase another ship if I want to be able to field all of my troops. That's the problem. Now, I went to Winterfell to buy some food, because obviously we need that. We have just received a message. He goes on to say, the messenger that is, following the escape of Sansa Stark, who now resides with her brother Jon Snow, I, Ramsay Bolton, have taken Rickon Stark into custody. I demand the immediate return of Sansa. If my demands go unmet, you can expect Rickon to be flayed. I call upon all loyalists to rally in support of my cause against the bastard Jon Snow. Jon Snow currently marches towards Winterfell with an army composed of wildlings and traitorous northern houses. We anticipate Jon Snow and his forces will reach Winterfell in approximately 10 days. The battle will take place in the opening to the east of Winterfell. And you decide to, of course, stand with the proper king of the north, Ramsay Bolton. Yes, of course. I'm joking. I'm actually not entirely sure what to do, to be honest, because there are a couple of outcomes to this. And from my perspective, I'm not sure what is the most fun. What is the most fun? If I want to be law accurate, or should we say, if I want to be standing on the side of good, as it were, then of course we should stand with Jon. But if we want to do an alternative ending, shall we say, then obviously Ramsay is the way to go. But the question is, what do we do? See, now, this is the funny thing. On the one hand, I actually think it would be really fun to play on the side of Ramsay, because while he is an absolutely idiotic individual, and certainly someone that we don't really want to associate ourselves with, he is the more interesting choice, because what happens afterwards? Basically what happens is, if you help him, right? If you help him and you defeat Jon Snow in, battle and so on and so forth, then basically what happens is Ramsay becomes the king of the north, right? And then, and this is the fun part, the Vale declares war against the north. And that is fundamentally helping me. You see? Like, in my current game, that is currently... That would help me, right? That would help me a huge amount. So I actually would like to do that, but I'm not sure if people are going to be annoyed at that, because if people are going to be annoyed at that, then I might as well just stand with Jon Snow and just do the standard. But is that too standard? That's the question. I don't know. That's the thing. That's the thing. I actually don't know. I am in very much two minds about this. As I say, from a gameplay perspective, if I'm thinking about this strategically, then playing with Ramsay would be the way to go. Because as I say, the Vale declaring war against the North would fundamentally help me. It would make the North an ally of ours, or we could dismantle the North alongside the Vale. But obviously the Vale is at war against me at the same time. So it just very much depends. Yeah, no, I guess we'll just... yeah, nah, we'll stand with Jon Snow, I suppose. Alright, there you go. Okay, so we are now potentially going to... Okay, I've got to get away from here then, because this is going to be a bit of a problem, isn't it? I should probably go... I actually don't know where to go, to be honest, because I would like to buy some additional food, because morale is going to be a huge problem for us. And... Wait, what's going on this? Oh, what? Okay, young noble spreads rumors you are a good-for-nothing bastard. Accusations of such could not be good for your image. I challenge him to a duel. There we go. And the young noble preferred to flee rather than duel with you. I prefer him fleeing, thank you very much. Okay, so the Iron Islands are attacking Barrowton here. Or someone is attacking Barrowton, at least. And we're just going to purchase all the food that they have here. That's it. Just literally purchasing all the food that they have here. And then I'm leaving. And that's it. A traveler tells you where to find a small group of settlers. Okay, you attack the small group. No, we're going to help them on their way, of course. There we go. They depart praising your name, which is exactly what they should be doing. Yes, thank you. Okay. There we go. Yes, so now we have the free folk... offering us another massive sum, and we are going to be saying yes to that. 20,000, of course. Literally 20,000. I am actually overwhelmed by the amount of cash you can get by capturing vassals. Really interesting to see how much that actually is. Pretty crazy. And otherwise, we are, I think, probably just gonna wait, because the Battle of the Bastards is about to begin, or will be starting relatively soon. Is there someone else we could... No. Alright. So we don't have to worry about that. Okay, so, do I... Oh, okay, so has he already recruited people? I actually don't know whether he's already recruited people, but we should probably... The question is, where do I send them? I guess the Riverlands. Let's get 30 people. There we go. What about patrols? Can I enlist another patrol? No, I cannot. I have to wait 10 days for it, of course. Oh well, never mind. You arrive at the Battle of the Bastards. Let's do this. Alright. So, one thing we have to take into account is... Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I can't see the icons above my heads. So that is... a little bit worrying, because that means I'm not really going to be knowing that much about who's my enemy and who isn't, because I'm actually not used to playing like that. But I guess that's how the well, that's how we're forced into playing now. But that's okay. That's all right. You know, we'll probably be fine as long as I don't die, right? You know, I have a bad feeling that in this kind of situation, if I die, that's probably not going to work out too well. It seems like most of the time, whenever we go into any of these kinds of events in the mod, dying is strictly punished. So we do need to be very, very careful about that. I'm kind of hoping my forces are actually going to listen to me, because I have told them to go into a shield wall and to stand closer, but they are now running randomly all over the place here. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that, but yeah, I'm hopeful that my forces are going to have some pretty decent... yeah, we do have some reinforcements coming in here. I'm going to do some damage to the enemy's archers, if I can. I do have a Valyrian steel sword, of course, so I should have a decent-ish time of doing damage, or at least I hope so, right? There we go. I don't know what these guys are doing, but alright. Are these enemies, actually? Oh no, these are enemies! This is hilarious. I thought these were allies. What? Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. Okay, don't die now. Don't die. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm not entirely sure where my forces are or what they're doing, but hopefully they're... I mean, my guys should be insane for this, by the way. They should be so incredibly strong. Ow. Took an injury now, of course. That's what happens to me. And, yeah, our guys should be so extremely strong here. Like, we should have no problems whatsoever. I'm just going to move my forces into these enemies here. And hopefully, there we go. Oh, we're level 21. Nice. All right, I like it. Are these guys mine? Yeah, these are allies of mine. Okay, so I didn't even have to worry about these fellows, because as you can see, they're Stark man-at-arms. Is that it? Oh, we did it. You've helped Jon Snow win a defiant victory. Oh, yes. Well, it's probably not so good for our overall, overall victory, because, we're still at war against the Vale and so on and so forth, but, it's necessary. The battle has turned in your favor, thanks to the combined forces of Jon Snow and the timely arrival of the Vale cavalry. Ramsay Bolton's forces have been decimated, with Ramsay Bolton himself slain in battle. Jon Snow has now been declared Lord of Winterfell and King of the North. House Bolton has been completely dismantled, and any fiefs once owned will be divided between loyalists of the king. Alright, and so the Vale and the North have made peace. Kind of wish we made peace with the Vale, but, Anyway, we also got 72 renown, and we got some reputation as well. And they've now made peace with each other, which is somewhat good. And what do we have going on here? The Night's Watch now has Winterfell. Okay, that's kind of interesting. I thought. Wait a minute. So is that because Jon Snow's now the King of the North? I actually thought that he would be rejoining the North. No. Yeah, as you can see, he is. Yeah. So it says here, Lord Commander Jon Snow, the Lord of Winterfell, Lord Paramount, and Warden of the North. So in other words, he's got many titles now. Yes, he has a lot of titles. So I'm actually pretty pleased that we were able to win that. I was very, very worried because I thought to myself, I'm gonna die instantaneously, and that's gonna be game over. But there you go. We actually did it. And I'm sure there are going to be some other events that will transpire after the fact. I'm assuming that there will be some additional things that will happen in due time. But not just yet. Anyway, we are going to have to create some stuff here. So I'm actually going to make a sceptry here. I want to make sure that these guys are worshipping the same thing that we do, because that actually improves the shall we say, recruitment volume as much as it possibly can. Qyburn has leveled up. Thank you. All right. There we go. Okay, yeah, he has basically nothing. Okay, I guess I could get him some shield skill finally, get him some weapon master and stuff like that too. And I did actually take. I did get wounded, didn't I? I did get wounded in this, so I am going to have to do something about that in just a second. My morale is really bad as well. Well, it's average. I guess it's okay. I'm just not very used to having it be average for such a long period of time. You know what I mean? So that's the main reason why I'm uncomfortable about it. But yes, otherwise we could now just wait here, and maybe the Veil will leave us alone, or we can literally send them a... We could actually send them an emissary. What do you think? Should I send them an emissary and try it out? I could technically do that. Maybe. Let's dispatch an emissary. Okay, so let's send... our two kingdoms should enter into truce. There's no way she's going to accept this. Basically, not in a million years. I am 100% certain that she will not accept this whatsoever. Alright, so it looks as though I'm going to have to leave High Point to the Veil's clutches, because they are now deciding to throw what looks to be an insanely large force at it, and I have no idea what I'm supposed to do against them. They literally have about 4,000 troops here, from what I can tell. And, well, as you know, that is pretty much impossible. I think our battle advantage would be something like, I don't know, probably like -20 or something along those lines. But yes, it's almost impossible for us to defend against that. That's the reason why I was thinking, oh, we should probably, you know, side with Ramsey with the Battle of the Bastards, because then basically what would happen is the Veil would have multiple targets to go against. They would literally have to fight against the North as well as us, and so it would be a lot easier for us to maintain control of High Point. So that's the reason why I said strategically it would be a lot better, much better idea for us to, you know, side with Ramsey, but obviously from a lore perspective and just generally, maybe not the greatest. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.